Namaskar friends, this is NJ, host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the upcoming planetary transit of Venus, which on 22nd of June will enter the sign of Cancer and it is going to stay there till 16th of July. So friends, not only the sign placement of Cancer is a bit vulnerable or volatile placement for Venus, but at the same time, the moment it is going to enter the sign of Cancer, it is going to get conjunct with already debilitated placed planet Mars over there. So what kind of results we can expect, that is something which is going to be a part of our today's discussion. And before we will start our discussion, let's first try to understand the important dates of this transit of Venus. So because on 22nd, when Venus is going to enter the sign of Cancer or the region of Cancer, it is going to enter through its stay in the Punarvasu nakshatra only. So Punarvasu is a nakshatra which is ruled by the planet Jupiter, which right now in the transit is in a dignified state in the Aquarius sign. On 24th of June, Venus will shift to the Pushya nakshatra. Now Pushya's ownership or rulership goes to the planet Saturn. Friends, when we talk about the essence of the qualities of the Cancer, which is about care, which is about nourishment, so all of those qualities could be associated with this Pushya nakshatra only. So that could be seen as a very promising, very comforting, very fulfilling time for all the ascendants. And friends, on 5th of July, Venus is going to shift to the Ashlesha nakshatra. So the rulership of Ashlesha goes to the planet Mercury, which is going to be in a strengthened state. It is also conjunct with Rahu right now in the transit. So you could fairly see that all those people whose occupation or livelihood is straight away connected with the Venusian domain, so all those people could get benefited at the time when Venus is going to be transiting in this Ashlesha nakshatra. So friends, before we will start our discussion, let's first try to understand some of the distinctive qualities or importance of Venus in Vedic astrology. So as you know this thing that Venus in itself is a significator of beauty, harmony, diplomacy, grace. When we talk about if you will find Venus's strong and dignified influence on someone's moon or on someone's ascendant, so definitely that person is going to have a very charming personality, very charismatic personality. Native is going to have or being blessed with good interpersonal relationship management skills. Friends, when we talk about the importance of Venus, so trust me, it's just the mere placement of Venus in your chart could give you this idea that which area of your life has got the beauty inherent in it. Many times people restrict the importance or significance of Venus only to a matrimonial relationship. But trust me, if you're going to have a strong Venus or a dignified Venus in your life or in your chart, you are going to value all relationship in your life and you will have this capacity to derive happiness, contentment and support out of all the relationship existing in your life. So that is something, friends, which I wanted to tell you about the importance of Venus in Vedic astrology. Now friends, when we talk about Venus's placement in the Cancer sign, it is little bit vulnerable placement in this regard that, see friends, in the planetary friendship chart, why Venus considered moon and sun as its enemy. So it's very simple, because Venus in itself wants to get engaged or involved in pleasing its senses. When we talk about the Luna influence, so Luna influence is all about being in a mode of imagination. Even if you are not actually able to fulfill your senses or please your senses, just being in that imaginative mode might be fulfilling for a Luna driven person. When we talk about the like sun driven person, so the person might be able to restrict or compromise on any sort of happiness or any sort of like engaging activity just on the account of not compromising on his pride or his ego. But when we talk about Venus or the any sort of Venus's involvement or rulership in Vedic astrology, whether you take the case of Venus's own signs of Taurus or Libra, or Venus's exaltation sign of Pisces, or even the Venusian nakshatras like Bharani, Purva Falguni, Purva Shada, you will definitely find that all these energies are about actually engaging in pleasing your senses, whether in the form of you're making money, you're spending money, you're going on travels, you're engaging in relationship, you're engaging in coitus, any sort of like physical relationship. So this is what Venus in itself represents, somehow connecting you with happiness. So now friends, when we talk about the Venus's placement in the Cancer sign, or if you want to even understand the transit of Venus in the Cancer sign, so this could be seen as positive in this regard, that definitely Cancer, which in itself represents heart of your emotions, your feelings, your subconsciousness, your emotions, we associate with the Cancer sign. So now what is going to happen during this transit of Venus in the Cancer sign is that you will definitely be driven towards, or you might get overwhelmed with all sort of emotional, romantic and sentimental thoughts. So let's say, for example, for all those people who can afford a luxurious life, so in their case, in their situation, they might be driven towards going for shopping, or like might not be able to restrain or control their temptation of buying some expensive clothes, expensive gadgets, accessories. So this is how you can relate or understand the transit movement of Venus in the Cancer sign. Cancer, which in itself represents your domestic life, it is the original Kalpurush Kundli's 4th house energy. So in some of the cases, people might even consider redecorating their home, or even in the domestic life, emotionally or very romantically connecting with your partner, people with whom you are in deeply emotional relationship. So from all of those perspectives, this time period could be seen as very promising. So friends, in general, this transit of Venus in the Cancer sign could be seen as a very promising time for all those people whose occupation, livelihood is straight away connected with the Venusian domain. So let's say, for example, you deal in cosmetic, perfume, luxury goods, you are an actor, you are a content creator, you are somehow connected with the film and entertainment business. So this time period or this transit of Venus in the Cancer sign could be seen as very promising for all those people. And at the same time, friends, Venus, which in itself represents romance, happiness, beautiful aspect of the nature of the world. So just because Venus is going to transit in the Cancer sign, so your heart, your emotions will definitely be very romantically driven. There might be all those cravings to feel emotionally, romantically fulfilled in your relationship. So this time period is definitely going to create some very good news for all those people who are already in relationship, or they are surrounded by their loved ones. But let's say, for example, if you're already single, so you might feel yourself little bit cornered, or you might get overwhelmed with the thoughts of, or with the feelings of loneliness. So there you need to give attention that which criteria or which side is actually getting qualified in your case. Friends, the only vulnerable or the volatile part of this transit of Venus in the Cancer sign is that it is going to get conjunct with Mars. Now you have to understand the Mars's role in this transit of Venus at the same time. See, when we talk about Mars's placement in any of the water sign, it is always a volatile or vulnerable placement, because Mars's energy, which is meant to be exerted outwards, where you can take up the case of a earth sign, you can take up the case of fire sign, even the air sign, that is fine. But whenever Mars is present in any of the water sign, all the energy, all the intensity takes up the form of resentment, takes up the form of self-loathing. And just because of Mars's conjunction with the Venus, you will definitely be a little bit prone or vulnerable towards like giving exaggerated emotional outburst or reaction. So you have to remain bit watchful and well guarded, that not getting overwhelmed in any sort of situation where, whether you are trying to protect your loved ones, you are trying to protect your own self-respect, your own prestige. So you have to give attention to that. What happen is that whenever these kind of circumstances, these kind of alignments form or get formed in the transit, we remain vulnerable towards these kind of outbursts. And just because of the conjunction of Mars and Venus in the transit, this is definitely going to be passion driven. So you have to remain well guarded, especially till the time Venus is going to remain conjunct with Mars in this transit to its Cancer sign. So that is something, friends, which I wanted to tell you as a part of the general guidelines of this transit of Venus in the Cancer sign. Now we will try to understand, basis all the ascendants, how it is going to impact us in our life. So for Aries ascendant natives, guys, in your case, Venus is your house lord of second house of your finances and seventh house of relationship, and it is going to transit in your fourth house. So friends, as you know this thing, that if in your case your occupation, your livelihood is straight away connected with either Venusian domain, or it has anything to do with gemstones, luxurious goods, conveniences, buying and selling of vehicles, dealing in resorts or hotels or construction, so you can get benefited because of the transit of Venus in your fourth house. And at the same time, friends, see, fourth house represents our emotional fulfillment and contentment. It represents our domestic life and core of our emotions. So a planet of happiness is going to your fourth house can be seen as a very good energy. The only one thing which you have to remain watchful of is that just because your ascendant lord is also being placed in your fourth house, weak and vulnerable, so try not to remain very volatile in the form of giving outburst and doing anything out of this rashness, specifically driven by passions, driven by emotional outburst. So that is the only area where you have to remain little bit watchful. Moving ahead, friends, now if you want to understand the results for all the Taurus ascendant natives, so friends, in your case, definitely it is a very important transit because Venus is your ascendant lord at the same time, and Venus's transit in your third house can be seen as a very good energy. So let's say, for example, if in your case your occupation, your livelihood is somehow connected with social media, or you work with your own skill, sales, media, marketing, if any of those things is getting qualified in your case, so some good results can be attained. And at the same time, friends, third house represents our own self-initiated efforts. So whatsoever area or nature of work is getting qualified in your case, you are definitely going to put your full force in attainment of all of your those aspirations. And the good part here is that your resourcefulness, your contacts, your people in your neighborhood or your comrades might also play a very pivotal role in connecting you in any of the opportunity which is getting qualified in your case. Moving ahead, friends, now if you want to understand the results for all the Gemini ascendant natives, so friends, in your case, Venus is going to transit in your second house. So friends, as you know this thing, that in your case, Venus is definitely a very important planet. Venus has got the rulership of your one of the Trikona Bhav of the 5th house, and at the same time the 12th house as well. So this transit of Venus in your second house of your finances, of your earning, could be seen as a promising time, specifically if in your case you are connected with the fashion, film, television, media, any of the creative profile. If that is getting qualified in your case, then some good results can be attained. And at the same time, if you are in some sort of family business, so then also some good results can be attained. The only one thing which you have to remain watchful of is that just because you are also getting the energies from your 12th house as well. 12th house, which is a hidden force, 12th house which in itself is a house of expenses. So let's say, for example, if in your case you by yourself know this thing, that you cannot restrain yourself or you cannot control yourself if you are being introduced or exposed to any of the tempting thing, like for example you went to a mall and after going there you saw some of the gadgets or whatsoever your area of interest is, you get tempted by looking at expensive clothes, expensive bags or gadgets or anything. So try to control yourself, restrain yourself, because of this transit of Venus in your second house of the finances, of your earning. There might be some sort of unexpected or some sort of those expenditures which could otherwise be controlled. So try to keep a restraint in your spending habits during this time or during this transit of Venus in your second house. But the good part here is that if in your case communication is a very important aspect of your occupation or of your livelihood, of your nature of work, so trust me, your voice or the way you're going to project yourself, that is going to be come across as very pleasing for all of your like audience or the listeners. Moving ahead, friends. Now, if you want to understand the results for all the Cancer ascendant natives. So friends, in your case, Venus is a very important planet. It has got the rulership of your 11th house of your wish fulfillment and the 4th house of emotional fulfillment and contentment. And the transit of this same important planet to your first house can be seen as a very good time. Friends, you have to understand this thing, that whenever this kind of alignment or situation happen, so you do not have to go out and chase that aspiration. That aspiration or that prospect is going to come by itself to you. So now what is important here is that first of all, you should be working with this sort of like a discriminatory intelligence, that if some good opportunity comes to you or approach you, you should be able to identify it, you should be able to recognize it. There is definitely going to be enhanced charm and charisma in your personality, which could be encashed to your advantage, to your good. If let's say for example, if in your case public like social media content creation, public dealing, or like any sort of presentation, dealing with people, probable prospective clients, if all of those engagement is getting qualified, so some good results can be attained. And at the same time, like the way I said this thing, that Venus is also your 11th house lord as well. So in whatsoever way it is getting qualified in your case, and if your dashas are also running favorable, so let's say for example, you're expecting a job interview call, or you're expecting any sort of important client of yours, you are awaiting to hear back from him, so all those important prospects or the good news could come to your way if your ongoing dashas are also running promising in your case. Moving ahead, friends. Now, if you want to understand the results for all the Leo ascendant natives. So friends, for all the Leo ascendant natives, Venus is going to transit to your 12th house, so which could be seen as a little bit volatile time, because friends, Venus is a very important planet for all the Leo ascendant native, because not only it has got the rulership of your 10th house of your karma, of your deeds, but at the same time with how much courage and valor you are going to perform those deeds, which is the 3rd house. So the transit of Venus in the 12th house could be seen as a promising time for all those people in whose case they are already in relationship, to have some sensual, good, romantic experiences with your partner. So from that perspective, this time period could still be seen as a very promising. Or let's say for example, like if your lifestyle is very hedonistic, very indulgent, you might have some good encounters or some good moments. But let's say for example, in general, if in your occupation, in your livelihood, you are already going through some tough times, some times of uncertainty, so try to make your moves with lot of caution. And at the same time, when we talk about any of the concerns of like dealing with people of opposite sex, or let's say for example, if your habit or your lifestyle or your behavior is little bit pervasive or little bit always on the guard, on the edge, so try to monitor your activities, because let's say for example, the transit of the 10th house lord in the 12th house is a little bit vulnerable or sensitive energy, which might entangle you in some sort of like professional or corporate, whichever way it is getting qualified in your case, in some sort of allegation, some sort of conspiracy, or like people talking behind your back, all these kind of situations, circumstances, because 8th house is still in your control, but 12th house is something which is always happening behind the curtain. So just try to keep yourself watchful, cautious, specifically dealing with opposite sex at work front. Moving ahead, friends. Now, if you want to understand the results for all the Virgo ascendant natives. So friends, in your case, Venus has got the rulership of your 9th house of luck, fortune, grace, and it has also got the rulership of your 2nd house of your financial earnings. And in transit, Venus is going to enter your 11th house of your wish fulfillment, which is actually creating some very good energy. Friends, you have to understand this thing. What else you need when you're getting the support of a planet which is not only giving you financial rewards, but at the same time it is also helping you or supporting you with a proper support of luck at the same time. So if your ongoing dashas are also running promising and you are working hard in any sort of lifetime event which is getting qualified in your case, you are single, your family is looking for a prospective match, or your nature of work is of contractual in nature, in whichever way it is getting qualified in your case, success can be attained. And at the same time friends, when we talk about the 11th house, the energies of 11th house is all about group activities or spending time with your loved ones, going out, travel, happiness, enjoyable experiences. And so this is how we can see or we correlate the energy of this transit for all of you guys. And at the same time, if in your case any sort of concerns of like fame or awards, recognition, followership, if all that is also getting qualified in your case, so some good results can be attained. Most importantly friends, the good part here is that if your financial nature of work is dependent on any sort of networking or any sort of contacts or your social influence, so some good results can be attained because of the support of, this could be friend, this could be influential person, this could be your own influence helping you. So from all of those perspectives, this transit is actually creating some very good energy for all the Virgo ascendant natives. Moving ahead friends, for all the Libra ascendant natives, this is a very important transit for you guys because Venus is your ascendant lord, and in the transit Venus is going to enter your 10th house of your professional aspirations, of your work life. So friends, you have to understand this thing that to begin with, whether we talk about the Aries ascendant or the Libra ascendant, you guys do not get the dosha or the affliction of the rulership of the 8th house. And at the same time, see Saturn right now, which is in a strengthened state in your 4th house, so it might be encouraging you to work hard. Now Saturn has its own distinctive way of encouraging or pushing a native. Many times it just instills the fear. So like in your case, this could be working in a way that making you fearful of your security, of the concerns of stability. But whichever way it might be happening, with this transit of your ascendant lord in the 10th house, it is definitely going to create some very good energy where you will be able to make good interpersonal relationship with people at work front. Let's say for example, if your occupation, your livelihood is straight away connected with the Libra or the Venus in domain, whether we talk about advertising, PR fields, you talk about law, you talk about having your own business, anything to do with fashion, beauty, construction, real estate as well. So all these people can get benefited. The only one thing friends which you have to remain cautious is that just because Mars is also going to conjunct and remain conjunct with Venus during this transit of Venus in your 10th house. So see, being passionate with your craft, with your work is one thing, but your passion is coming in way and you are getting in conflicts with people at work where everyone knows that you are right, you are putting a lot of energy for your craft, for your nature of work, but it is creating troubles with other people. So there you have to remain watchful and you have to protect yourself from giving any sort of passion related outburst where you might suddenly get overwhelmed and that outburst might startle or surprise your bosses or people in authority. So you have to give attention to that aspect. But apart from that, the transit of your ascendant lord in the 10th house is actually creating some very good energy. And let's say for example, if your ongoing dashas are also promising and you are awaiting, like in your case, any sort of like audition call, interview call, any sort of things are getting qualified, so some good results can be anticipated. Moving ahead friends, for all the Scorpio ascendant natives, Venus has got the rulership of your 12th house of your passion and the 7th house of your matrimonial life, commercial activities and your public image. And with this transit of your this important planet to your 9th house of luck and fortune, so it is actually creating some very good energy. Because friends, you have to understand this thing that in your case, your ascendant lord is already debilitated in a very important house, so which might be making you a little bit pessimistic or might be making you a little bit anxious or restless or agitated. But now what is going to happen here is that Venus, which in itself is a significator of happiness, of enjoyment, so with this conjunction of this important planet with your ascendant lord, might mellow down energy to an extent. And at the same time, it could also make you little bit hopeful, optimistic. And let's say for example, if in your case you are already going through some sort of conflicting situation at your matrimonial life, so with this transit of Venus in the 9th house, it might help you reconcile or solve all those ongoing conflicts. And even like right now with this transit of Venus in your ninth house, it might also, your partner might also play a very important role in any of your currently ongoing difficulties or problems at the same time. And this is actually creating some very good energy for all those people in whose case content creation, like public acceptance, any sort of foreign trade, import export business, or higher studies, or concerns of visa are getting qualified, concerns of immigrations are getting qualified. So all these natives can also get benefited because of the transit of Venus in your ninth house. Moving ahead friends, now if you want to understand the results for all the Sagittarius ascendant natives. So friends, in your case, Venus has got the rulership of your 11th house of your wish fulfillment, and it has also got the rulership of your 6th house of difficulties, challenges and enemies. And with the transit of Venus in your 8th house, it is creating a little bit volatile and vulnerable energy. So to begin with friends, during this transit of Venus in your 8th house, strong discipline, caution is advisable for all the Sagittarius ascendant natives. Let's say for example, if you do not have a restraint or control in any sort of indulgences of the life, like whether it's drinking or your dealings and engagement with the opposite sex, or your spending in all sort of luxurious goods and all these things, so you have to remain bit cautious and you have to maintain a balance, not overdoing things. That is the one thing which I want to advise you. And specifically for all those people in whose case their nature is a little bit like questionable, or like for example any sort of perversiveness also qualify, or that qualifies in your activities, in your lifestyle. So you have to remain bit cautious, bit careful, because 8th house is a bit difficult house. Mars is also bit agitated, and with this conjunction of Venus over there, if you will not keep a control and a guard in your temptations, in your activities, so it might entangle you in some sort of controversy which could actually affect your public image as well in a bad way. So during this time, specifically recitation of Hanuman Chalisa is very advisable for all the Sagittarius ascendant natives. So friends, this time period could only be seen as beneficial for all those people in whose case like the concerns of sexuality or any sort of encashing or gaining advantage by using your charm, your charisma, your sexual appeal is getting qualified. So only those people can get benefited. But apart from that, with this transit of Venus in the 8th house with a conjunction of Mars, you have to remain a bit cautious and discipline needs to be there. Moving ahead friends, now if you want to understand the results for all the Capricorn ascendant natives. So friends, in your case, Venus is a very important planet for you guys. Venus is Yog Karaka planet for you, and with Venus's transit in the 7th house, it is actually creating some very good energy for all the Capricorn ascendant natives. So like for example, if in your case content creation, you hold a government seat, dealing with public is getting qualified, so all of your hard work, your endeavors can actually reap some very good results if that is getting qualified in your case in a way that you have been working hard and your ongoing dashas are also running promising. So then in those situations, some good results can be attained. And let's say for example, for all those people who are already single, they might run into a prospective match, a partner, or for all those people who are already in relationship, so some good moments, good time spending with your partner, some long drives, travel, good experiences can be foreseen for all the Capricorn ascendant natives. And like the way friends, I was telling it to you that 5th house represents your decision making, your mind, your intellect, and 10th house represents your activities. So your activities are definitely going to be with lot of discretion, which could also invite some good accolades, good recognition from the world. So from all of those perspectives, this transit is creating very good energy for all the Capricorn ascendant natives. Moving ahead friends, now if you want to understand the results for all the Aquarius ascendant natives. So friends, in your case, Venus is going to transit to your 6th house. So as you know this thing that in your case, Venus has got the rulership of your 4th house, which is a house of your domestic life, and it has also got the rulership of your 9th house of your luck and fortune. So friends, with this transit of Venus with a debilitated Mars, conjunction with Mars in the 6th house could be seen as good in this regard that in your daily work life you might be able to win the confidence or win the support or like all sort of like happiness on the account of your activities and your dealings with your juniors, with your subordinates. So from that aspect, this transit is still creating some very good, some very positive energy. The one thing which I want to advise to all the Aquarius ascendant natives is that, friends, you have to understand this thing, that wheresoever your Cancer sign falls, your emotions, your feelings are attached and connected with that house. Whenever we talk about the Aquarius ascendant natives, why do we call them the true humanitarians? Because their heart beats, their emotions feel themselves fulfilled only in serving to people and helping all those people who are in dire need, which is the sixth house. So this time period is actually creating some very good energy for all the Aquarius ascendant natives to earn some good merits by indulging and getting involved very passionately in helping people and doing some charitable work. This is not a very good time for all the Aquarius ascendant natives to overdo any sort of things which could create like some negative effect on their health. So on the account of health and fitness, they have to remain little bit disciplined, but in their daily work life some good results can be attained. And trust me friends, when we talk about sixth house also represents your debts as well. So any sort of financial dealing which you are undertaking, you have to keep in control, that whatsoever you can afford, just go to that extent only. Otherwise, going overboard, driven by the energy of the Mars, could actually make or burn a hole in your pocket. So that is one thing which I want to advise to all the Aquarius ascendant natives. And last, friends, if you want to understand the results for all the Pisces ascendant natives, so friends, in your case, as you know this thing, that Venus has got the rulership of your third house, which is the house of your self efforts, and at the same time it has also got the rulership of your 8th house, which is the house of unpredictability and your intuition. And in transit, Venus will be transiting in your 5th house of your mind, of your intellect. So friends, this time period or this transit of Venus can be seen as promising in this regard, that if in your case any sort of artistic creative fields, content creation, creativity, if that is getting qualified, some good results can be attained. If in your case like media, sales, marketing, journalism, if that is your forte, your nature of work, or you are a freelance person, some good results can be attained. All those people who are single, they might remain lucky in attracting some good relationship, good prospective match. These kind of energies can get brewed up. The only one thing which I want to tell you over here is that, see guys, when we talk about 5th house, it is a house of recreational activities, pleasurable activities, enjoyment, happiness, spending time with family, devotion. All these aspects are connected with the 5th house. So from the devotional aspect, this transit is creating some very good energy for all the Pisces ascendant natives, and at the same time spending time with your friends, with your loved ones, and just feeling happy and in a state of that utopian happiness. So this transit of their this Venus in their 5th house is creating some very good energy. And let's say, for example, in all those cases where you are blessed with a family life, you have your children, so even happiness on the account of children can be experienced in a way that either you will be able to spend some good time with them, some picnics, some sort of long drives, some short trips, or whether in the form of some good accomplishment or recognition on the account of your children, giving you this feeling of fulfillment. So even from all of that perspective, this transit is creating some very good energy. So that is something, friends, which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs for this transit of Venus in the sign of Cancer for all the ascendants. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook.